Hi guys, welcome to podcast episode 3. I'm back. Today is gonna be fun, hopefully. Let's hope that what I want to talk about is good enough for y'all. As you can see, I got a haircut. It's been 2 years since I got my last haircut, and I had like such bad, like things that I thought were good for my hair were actually really bad for my hair, and I didn't realize until I got my haircut, and my stylist was like, this actually isn't the best thing to do, this isn't the best thing to do, you should do this. So now I'm getting back into like my healthy hair journey. I was trying to, like, for the past 2 years, I wasn't putting heat on it. I wasn't really styling it until I like really needed to. And if I did heat tool it, then I would put a bunch of like heat protectant on. I don't really know if that works. Like, there were so many things with my hair. And I was telling her like the things that I do. Like, I would keep my hair like wet. I would let it air dry because I thought the wetness will keep it hydrated and it wouldn't make it dry, because before this 2 years, like, I had bleach blonde hair, so I was like, that shit was drier than the fucking Sahara Desert. So I was like, you know what, my hair needs moisture, my hair needs like to be wet all the time. And she was like, no, don't do that. And so she gave me like all those tips as well. So I was like, okay, now I feel good. I feel like I'm actually like gonna be really good on my my hair care journey. But yeah, so that's not what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to mention it because I got it and I love it and it's so cute. And it's not even like any different from, she was like, because my hair was healthy and I was trying to be on this like healthy journey, she didn't need to cut that much off. But it feels so good. It's so soft all the time. So yeah, I needed to talk about that for a second. Anyway, what we're talking about today is emotional vulnerability. The Cancer in me is gonna break it down to every single person. Whether you're emotional, whether you're not emotional, whether you don't even know how to cry, whether you cry all the time, I am your person. I love being emotional. I love everything about it. I think it's so important to feel everything, like just really feel everything, like whatever you're feeling. And so we're gonna talk about it. Okay, like I said, I'm a Cancer, so emotion is just like, it's in me. Like, you can't even, there's no way of me not feeling anything that I don't want to feel. I'm gonna feel everything 1000%, and I'm gonna make everybody else feel everything 1000%. How I wanted to get into this, I know it's kind of like a tricky topic. Everybody is very different and everybody deals with their emotions differently. We're gonna go through the list of zodiacs from most emotional to least emotional, and we are gonna break it down. If you agree, great. If you don't, again, that's to each their own. First on the list is Cancer, obviously, because we're just so in tune. I don't know what it is about us, but we just feel everything. I said this before, but I'm gonna read what they have. Cancers are very in tune with their own emotions and the emotions of others, meaning they have very high emotional intelligence. They're great at reading the room, and they can always pick up on somebody else's vibes, whether they're good or bad. Their emotional nature can work against them if they aren't careful, since getting wrapped up in other people's emotions can be exhausting over time. If that isn't the realest thing that I've ever read in my entire life, because there's so many times where I feel things and I can be like empathetic and sympathetic towards other people, but like they won't feel it themselves, and I'm like, what? How are you not feeling what I'm feeling for you? You know, I don't know. I just was always an emotional person. I cried all the time when I was younger, when I was a baby. Like, I was just always crying. To this day, I still cry. Like, somebody will say one thing to me and I'll cry. Because it's just like, why? And I know everyone hates Cancers, like, oh my god, you guys are such babies, we can't say anything to you. Yeah, you fucking can't. You can't. You know, like, I just feel like, for me personally, I like that I'm emotional. I like that I'm in tune with it, because it's a flex. It's a flex to me. Like, if you're not in tune with your emotions, do you really know who you are? tea. That's hot piping tea. Like, if you don't really know how to feel for yourself, do you really know yourself? Stuff to think about. Next, Pisces. That's, you know, here we are with the water signs. Pisces are very in tune with their own creativity, and they tend to feel emotions very deeply. They're one of the most sensitive zodiacs out there. Their sweet, caring nature makes them a great friend to have, but it can also make them get upset on other people's behalf fairly often. Hot take, I think Pisces are more sensitive than Cancer, and I'm laughing in my head because my sister is a Pisces, and me and her, we're so sensitive and we're so like, we'll say one thing to each other and we won't cry about it, but we'll get hurt by it. But then like 10 minutes later, we're fine. But I think that's just sisters. I don't think that's like a water sign thing. But I think Pisces are far more sensitive than Cancers. Cancers are, yeah, they're emotional, but I think they're not sensitive. Pisces are sensitive. I wouldn't say that they're emotional, they're just sensitive. Versus Cancer, they're not sensitive, they're emotional. I think that's where it kind of teeter-totters, like a seesaw, where, let me repeat that because maybe I'm wrong. Cancers are emotional but not sensitive, and Pisces are sensitive but not emotional. That's it, because I don't remember the last time my sister cried, and I cried 20 minutes before filming this. Hot take. Anyway, next. Leo comes in at number number 3. Leos are very connected to the heart, both physically and emotionally. Their competitive nature makes them a great teammate, and they tend to take heartbreak and negative emotions pretty hard. Yes, I guess. I don't know. My exes were Leos. And the way that they were treating me felt like they had no heart. So I can't really say much about that because they didn't show me any emotion, you know? And like the Leo women that I know, I guess they could be emotional. I don't know. I don't know enough about Leo to say that. If I read this and you were like, yeah, I resonate with that, great. Next, Aries. Often thought as one of the most emotional zodiac signs, Aries tend to wear their emotions on their sleeves. You'll always know if an Aries is upset because they aren't afraid to speak their mind. However, they also tend to work through their negative emotions fairly quickly. Again, I don't really know any Aries. I'm not like a fire sign. I don't think I know a lot of fire signs. But that seems, I think from what I've heard, like Aries are the babies of the fire sign. Like, I guess that kind of makes sense. But again, I don't know. Scorpio. Jeez. Coming in at number 5. Scorpios take everything very personally. That's kind of real. And they don't do well with surface level conversations or people. While they tend to feel their emotions very deeply, they often have trouble expressing themselves, which can make them feel a little lonely or isolated at times. That's sad. But I think the Scorpio that I know, I think they're just like, from personal, I feel like with emotion, they may get defensive. Is that kind of like, that's what I'm kind of getting at, is like, and the reason they get defensive is because they feel like they're the only ones feeling these things. So I guess that makes sense. While they tend to feel their emotions very deeply, they often have trouble expressing themselves, which can make them feel very lonely. I think that's where the defense comes in. Because if nobody's like really understanding them or listening to them, and they're not understanding how they're feeling either, they're just getting mad. And that aggression is like, you know? I don't know. Okay. Taurus at number 6. You may not think of Taurus as an emotional sign because they're generally pretty level-headed. While this sign doesn't like to talk about their emotions, they're very in tune with their feelings, even if they don't say it. Since they enjoy the finer things in life, a Taurus will often be upset about encountering imperfect or inadequate things. They're usually considered one of the strongest zodiac signs, at least in terms of emotions. I will 100,000% agree. My parents are Tauruses. They're both Tauruses. They are just like, I don't know. Like, they know what they're feeling, but they don't let it show. Like, they're not gonna let us know how they're feeling unless you ask them. Like, my dad, he's sensitive. He's sensitive, I think, because, not because he's a Taurus, but because he was around girls. Like, he's a girl dad. He only had 3 daughters and his wife. And I think that's why he's sensitive, because he, like, picked up on us. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like when we were all living together, our cycles were probably in sync. And so our house was, like, heated at, like, the same time every single time. I don't know. There's so many things. But yeah, they don't really like to talk about what they're feeling like unless you ask them. And when you do ask them, it's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's okay. No big deal, you know? So I could say that's pretty mid, because there's 12 and that's number 6. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, these are the least emotional zodiacs. So that was most, and Taurus is on the bottom. Okay. Why is my sister calling me? Hello.
Hello.
I'm filming for podcast. Ooh.
Am I in the podcast?
Yeah, say hi.
Hi.
Back to it. Least emotional zodiacs. Number 1, Aquarius. Wait. So I guess this is like the least. You know, like we're ranking from 1 to 6. Anyway, okay. Least emotional. Aquarius is at number 1. I don't want to say anything yet. Hold on. Aquarians tend to be the least emotional of all the zodiacs. While they absolutely experience emotions, they tend to take a step back and view them through a different lens. Even-keeled and steadfast, you'll never catch this sign crying or talking about what they're going through. Okay, I was talking about this the other day, and I said that I don't really fuck with Aquarius signs. Don't kill me. Don't hate me. I just never met an Aquarius that I was able to resonate with. I don't really fuck with them, and that's fine. Like, we don't need to be fucking with every single sign, and we don't need to have that. But this tells me, like, you'll never catch this sign crying or talking about what they're going through. Like, why for what? Why are you not allowing yourself to get deep? Like, why are you not allowing yourself to, and I think that's why I don't really fuck with them, because we're so polar opposite. Because that would drive me nuts. Like, if you're feeling something and you're not, like, feeling it, then I don't know. It blows my mind. But it makes sense. Like, this makes sense to me. Because, like, I don't really fuck with them, and they're the least emotional. So, next. Capricorn. Capricorns are too wrapped up in their own goals to waste time on emotions. While they definitely feel their own feelings, they see expressing them as a waste of time. They are often poised and professional, which makes them great public figures. That's wrong. I don't know. I know one Capricorn, and she is very in tune with her emotions. She'll feel things. So I don't know if that's, again, to each their own. Like, everybody's obviously differently. Everybody's obviously different. That's funny. While they definitely feel their own feelings, they see expressing them as a waste of time. Okay, so they feel everything, and they are self-aware about what they're feeling. They just don't express it to other people. All right. Gemini. Geminis, this is number 3 for least emotional. Geminis are friendly and social and generally don't let their emotions get in the way of that. They're the masters of forgiving and forgetting, and you'll never see them holding a grudge. Geminis are sus. I'm sorry. I have never met a Gemini that, not to say that I don't trust, but like, I don't know, Gemini falls with like Aquarius for me. Like, they're not, there's just something not there. Something's missing there. I don't know. I don't know enough to talk about it. Sagittarius coming at number 4. Sagittariuses are genuinely happy, pleasant people, and they don't let negative emotions get them down. They tend to always look on the bright side of things, so while they might get bummed every once in a while, they're great at pulling themselves out of a funk. I don't know any Sagittariuses. Again, the fire sign, like I'm not really, which is so crazy because my rising is Sagittarius, which is why I can come off as like hyper and like fun and bubbly like when I want to, but I don't know any Sagittarius personally. You know, like now that I can't, like who do I don't really know. So again, the fire sign, like I'm not too crazy about. I think I only know the water sign because we're the best. Anyway, Libra. Okay, Libra, let's get into it. At number 5, Libras tend to match the emotions of others instead of talking about their own. That's fucking real. They're great at they're great at reading a room, and while they do feel their own feelings, they don't like to make a big fuss out of them. Libras will keep the peace no matter what, even if it means burying their own emotions down deep. That's real. And my best friend's a Libra, and that's the truest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life, because she's just gonna match everyone's energy. Like she won't, and again, she'll probably watch this. She doesn't make a big deal about her emotions, which is so funny to me because I do. But she said it the other day we were talking. She was like, she kind of just likes to match. That's true. She likes to match the energy of like other people. So if like, I think what she was trying to tell me was that like, if she's in a group setting, she will be the one to like bring the energy and like hype it up. And if somebody is pushing that down, it's like, why? You know, or like she'll try to like match the energy of everybody. I might be wrong. This conversation was a long time ago and I'm very forgetful. But this, I instantly thought about her when I read this. Okay, 6 is least emotional. Number 6 is Virgo. While they do feel emotions pretty intensely, Virgos are masters at understanding their own emotions and working through them. They can almost always turn a bad situation into a learning opportunity, meaning they won't wallow in the negative energy for very long. That is, I don't know a lot of Virgos, but I can kind of see, because from what I know of Virgos, they're very like organized, and they, you know, they're very like tick 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 tick, you know. So like I can see them trying to be like, oh well, everything's a learning experience, you know, like I needed to have this happen to me for a reason. And I like that. That's pretty like mature. I think that's very that's like emotionally intelligent, or like emotionally mature. Like that's like, you know, with every you're not gonna just like sit through a bad situation but oh my god, I can't believe that happened to me. No, you're gonna be like, get the fuck up, this happened, let's get past it and move on. Yeah, so let's go through the list again. Most emotional, Cancer's at number 1, then Pisces, then Leo, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus. Least emotional, Aquarius at number 1, Capricorn, Gemini, Sagittarius, Libra, Virgo. Period. I love emotions and I will never stop talking about them. They are so good. I love all of them. But I just realized that you think that you know a lot of people, but then you think about it and you're like, wait, do I actually really know them? Because like, I've probably met so many people that have these signs or don't have these signs or whatever the case may be. And like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, do I genuinely know them, or is this just like surface level friendships and like surface level relationships, you know? Oh, my therapist is calling me. BRB. I'm back. Sorry, had to do a quick therapy sesh. If you don't have a therapist, get one, because geez Louise, whenever she calls, I will put everything aside like you just saw and I will literally just talk to her. And that was like a half an hour phone call from the last clip. Yeah, so like again, any single time I talk to my therapist, there's tears coming down my face, because I tend to bring my past into whatever chapter I'm like going into next. And so I've always thought about therapy, And it was just something that I was like, no, like I don't need it. I'm not, I'll be fine. But honestly, it's so nice having a therapist because she has no idea like how I am as a person, or like, what I've been going through, and I could just she'll tell me and give me advice from an outsider perspective. And I think a lot of people need that, because when you talk to your friends and your family and you talk to them about your problems, it's like, yeah, it's okay, like they know what you've been through, so they'll like accommodate and like give you advice according to what you're like as a person. But when somebody gives you advice or like helps you out from an outsider perspective, because they have no idea what you've actually been going through, then it's like, okay, well, maybe I should just listen to her, And so I was interested in doing it for a long time. There's so many things that happened in my life where I was like, you know what, now is the time, because I'm getting to a certain age where I'm like, I need to move past my past. And I think now I'm kind of in a better place to just like leave all that shit over there and just move on. Because like I've had college, high school, like, things always just like up and down in the air. And I think once you're able to move past that, then you're chilling. So yeah, it's been really helpful to have her, and she's been great. That's about that. So yeah, being in tune with your emotions. Every single time I talk to her, it's help me please, I don't know what to do. And then she's like, calm down, it's okay, I'm here for you, and you just need to hear that sometimes. Oh my god, another phone call. I'm doing podcasts. Let me call you in like 5 minutes.
Why?
I'm just doing my outro. No,
You hate me.
I'm just doing my outro.
No, wait, tell me, who do I sound like?
Nah, me.
I might go for basketball.
Of course.
What you mean?
Bye, give me 5 minutes. I'll tell you about what I spoke about.
Okay.
Okay, bye. So, I'm gonna cut it here. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.